Dear students, next lesson what we are going to study, that is economics, third lesson, that is poverty as a challenge. We are continuing. Okay, so first we can see overview, then introduction, then typical cases of poverty, two case studies it is given. Then we are going to the next poverty as a seen by the social scientists. What it mean poverty for the social scientists. Then we want to study two group of people, that is social exclusion and vulnerability we want to study. Then next topic it is poverty line. Then poverty estimate, how we are estimating the poverty. Then next comes the vulnerable group, which group of the people they are facing maximum poverty, why, that we want to study. Then story of Shivaram, that another one case study. Then comes the interstate disparities, what is the each and every state having the same poverty problem or not, that we want to study. Then global poverty scenario, not only India, outside what is the condition, that we want to study. We are making the comparative study with different countries like Nigeria, Bangladesh, like that. And next one it is causes of poverty, what are the reasons of poverty. Then anti-poverty measures, what are the policies taken by government. And next one, the challenge ahead, even though government is taken this many policies, then what are the problems we are facing present day or in the coming years, that is the total lesson. So it is given the summary, let us read summary first. You have seen this chapter, the poverty has many dimensions. Normally this is measured through the concept of poverty line. How we are measuring poverty, that is with the help of poverty line. Through this concept we analyzed main global and national trend in poverty. But in recent years analysis of poverty is becoming rich through a variety of new concepts like social exclusion and vulnerability, like that. Similarly, the challenge is becoming bigger as scholars are broadening the concept into human poverty. In olden days we was thinking about only hungry or food of the people. Now we are thinking other dimensions of the poverty. So the task of the government, that again it is becoming bigger or the broader one, and government want to take more care. Then let's read the questions so we can understand the lesson little more better way. Describe how poverty line is estimated in India. Already we are going to study, not studied. So when we are studying poverty line, then we want to understand how we are estimating that one. The next question, do you think that present methodology of poverty estimation is appropriate? What government is doing now in the modern age 2000 onwards, is it a good one or not, that you want to say? Describe poverty trends in India since 1973. Up to Green Revolution, what was the condition? After Green Revolution, that is means 1970 onwards, what is the condition of the poverty here in India? Then discuss the major reasons for poverty. That is one heading as it is that one page we want to study. Okay, identify the social and economical group which are most vulnerable to the to poverty in India. Which group of the for example tribal people, or the people those who are living in the area where we are getting the tsunami or like that things, or earthquake continuously every year, like that area people they are facing. So which group of the people they are more vulnerable to poverty. Then next one, give an account of interstate disparity of poverty in India. We want to make the comparative study between different states, Tamil Nadu with Maharashtra, Kerala with Punjab, like that comparative study we want to make. Then we will get the answer of the interstate disparity. Then describe the global poverty trends. What is the condition with not only India, other countries, what is the condition of the poverty? For that purpose we want to make the comparative study between the developed countries and in our country, then developing countries and underdeveloped countries, like that definition is not there present, but we want to make like that groupism, then in the between country, then we will get the better understanding. Then next one, the current government strategy of the poverty alleviation. What are the programs and policies taken by the government to avoid the poverty? That is next one. Then answer the following questions briefly. What do you understand by human poverty? What it is? What is the new concept and what it is? Then, who are the poorest of the poor? Which people? Many poor people are there. In that, who is the poorest of the poor? Then, what are the main features of National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005? What is the speciality of this act? Like this question, we are going to discuss in the lesson. So, we are moving back to the starting of the lesson. Okay, let us see the overview. This chapter deals with one of the most difficult challenges faced by independent India, that is poverty. Present India, not only independent in that time, now also we are facing the poverty challenge in our country. After discussing this multi-dimensional problem through examples, the chapter discussed the way poverty is seen in the social scientists. Poverty trends in India and the world are illustrated through the concept of the poverty line. Causes of poverty as well as anti-poverty measures taken by the government are also discussed. The chapter ends with the broadening the official concept of the poverty into human poverty. So we are going to start this introduction. In our daily life, we come across many people who we think are poor. Every day we are meeting some of the people we know they are poor. They could be landless laborers in the village or the people living in the overcrowded juggies in the cities, means the slum area, those who are living in the slum area, or the landless laborers of the village. Altogether we are considering them they are the poor people. They could be daily wage workers at construction site or a child worker in the dabas, in the hotels or dabas. We can see some of the children they are working. They could also be a beggars with the children in the tatters. We see poverty all around. In fact, every fourth person in India is poor. If four people, if we are considering, we are having 1,138 crore people. In that, 1/4 of the population, they are facing poverty, utter poverty in their life. And this means roughly 270 million, means 27 crore people in India lives in poverty. That is according to 2011 and 12. That time it was 121 crore people in India. Now it is increased again 138. So we can see more than how much we can say near about 130 person they are facing the poverty. When we are means the, if you are taking 100 people, in that we can see 25 to 30 people they are facing utter poverty. This also means that the India has the largest single concentration of poor in the world. In India itself, we can see the concentration of the number of poor people. It is very high. This illustrates the seriousness of the challenge. We are going to see the case study. First one, it is urban case. 33-year-old Ram Sharan works in a daily wage labor in the wheat flour mill near Ranchi in Jharkhand, and he manages to earn around 1,500 a month when he finds employment, which is not often. That is not regular work. Whenever he is getting work, that time he is trying to get 1,500 per month, not daily. The money is not enough to sustain his family of 6, includes his wife, 4 children, and children aged between 12 to 6 months. So they are facing little poverty, and he has to send money home to his old parents who lives in the village near Ramgarh. His parents also needed his help. His father is a landless laborer, depends on Ram Sharan, and his brother who lives in Hazaribagh for sustenance. His brother also working somewhere, and he also trying to get money, and his parents they are also dependent on Sharan. Then Ram Sharan lives in a one-room rented house in the crowded Basti in the outskirts of the city. It is a temporary shack built of the bricks and clay tiles. His wife Shanda Devi works as part-time maid in a few houses and managed to earn another 800. They manage meager meal of dal and rice twice a day, not like us, 3 time food, then in between snacks. No, they are having only 2 time food, that also rice and dal. But they're never enough for them. And his elder son works as a helper in a tea shop to supplement the family income, and he earns 300. Total how much it is coming? 800, 300 plus 1500. That also his 1500, it is not a regular income. While his 10-year-old daughter takes care of the younger siblings. None of the children go to school. They have only 2 pairs of hand-me-down clothes each. New one are brought only when the old clothes become unwearable. Shoes are a luxury, and the younger kids are undernourished, and they have no access to health care when they fall ill. This is the one of the case, in the typical case in the urban area. Those who are living in the slum, and they are depending on the domestic work as well as the helper work in the flour mill or in the tea shop. How they are suffering. The next case, it is given a rural case. In the from village case, we can see that is Singh belonged to a small village nearby Meerut, that is in UP. His family does not own any land, so they do odd jobs for their big farmers. Nearby big farmers are there, for them they are working. Work in erratic, and is income, means the work is not regular, so their income also not regular. At times they get paid 50 rupees per hard day work, but often it's in kind, like a few kilograms of wheat or dal or even vegetable for toiling in the farm through a day. How much they can earn? They can purchase some of the wheat and dal, and some days little bit vegetable also. The family of 8 cannot always manage 2 square meal a day, because only one person is working. Then 8 members want to have food from that, so even 2 time food also they can't get from this 50 rupees. Then Lekha lives in a kacha hut on the outskirts of the village. The women of the family spend a day chopping fodder and collecting firewood in the field. From the field they are collecting some of the firewood and like that things. And his father, a TB patient, passed away 2 years ago due to lack of medication, and his mother now suffers from the same disease, and life is slowly ebbing way. Means the mother also going to die. There is no proper medication, so there is no hope about her life also. Although village has primary school, Lekha never went there. He had to start earning when he was 10 years old, and new clothes happen once in a few years. Even soap and oil are a luxury for the family. Even they can't afford the soap and oil to nourish their body. That also a luxury for them. Like the 2 case studies we have seen. And what we want to do, study the above cases of the poverty. Discuss the following issues related to the poverty. One is landless. Both of them are landless. Then unemployment, that is common nature. And size of the family, big family. First family, it is 6 members, but he want to take care about his parents. They are in the village, means totally it is coming 8 members. Then literacy rate, very poor literacy rate, or they are totally illiterate. And health, and poor health and malnutrition, there is no chance for medication. And child labor, as in both family we can see they are working, means first family we can see the child labor also. Then helplessness, that is another feature of poverty. Okay, we will continue next day. Thank you. Have a nice day.